Hey, y'all. This your girl, Nina, from Unbreakable Strong Woman, coming to you live on this beautiful Monday. How y'all doing today? Where y'all coming in from? Tell me how your weather is and what city you coming in from. We're going to talk today about people who was falsely accused. Because for some reason, everybody want to say people are victim shaming. However, there are a lot of victims out there, but there are also a lot of liars. And we have to be wise enough to give people their day in court. I made a video yesterday about giving people their day in court. And I'm not on my phone today. I'm on my system. So I hope y'all enjoy this live. And I will be doing this more often. Today we're going to talk about a young lady named Crystal Mangum. And I actually seen a podcaster named Dee Dee and what's his name? Anton Daniels. They did a story on this lady. I didn't have no clue. I didn't have a clue this had happened. Now, the second part of my video is about the Central Park 5. But I'm bringing these two videos to you for awareness. I want y'all to see how easy it is for someone to be falsely accused and go to prison and they didn't even do the crime. Both of these videos are men. The first one I'm going to talk about is Crystal. She sent 3 Caucasian men who were lacrosse players to prison for rape. And they got out. I don't even know if they actually went in. I know they were fighting the case, but they received millions of dollars. The second video was about the Central Park 5. It's the opposite. A white woman was the reason 5 black men went to jail in Central Park. And they didn't do it. And they also now millionaires. So I'm going to be stopping the video because when I do commentary, I have to stop the video and speak on it. That's per YouTube rules, so be patient with me. How y'all doing today? Hey, Red. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Hazel. Diamond. 420. Jenkins, hey. Hey, Katina girl. How y'all doing today? Betty, Joy. I'm glad y'all here with me. We go check out this video and I want y'all opinion, and I'm hoping that this video will give everybody a different mindset, a different perspective on cases before you quick to judge. I watched another podcaster today and every single one of them said, Diddy did it. I'm like, can Diddy please have his day in court? I'm not saying the man is innocent. I'm like, just let the man have his day in court. Because sometimes the law makes things look like something it's not. We might miss something. It could be a setup. We don't know. Let the law do their job, and we, the people, just stand by. And you know what else tripped me out today on this podcaster channel I was on? He had a picture of Diddy talking to the little white girl, Caucasian girl, at one of those award shows. I don't know if y'all seen it. He was joking with her and he said, you want to come to the party? And Diddy walked away and was laughing. He used that picture and everybody thinking on his channel, that's the same girl who has the lawsuit. You see how people make stuff look like something that's not? I'm like, that's 2 different girls. I'm like, that's not the same girl. Oh, he did it. Look how he talking to her. I'm like, oh my God, that is not even the same girl. They don't have that girl doing the lawsuit on video. Because they saying she wasn't there. So why would they have? Anyway, let me show this one. This is Crystal Mangum. who accused 3 Duke lacrosse players of rape. Now she come forth to admit that she lied. Let's watch it.
A first ever stunning admission from a woman who accused Duke University lacrosse players of raping her nearly 20 years ago. The story was a national firestorm. She now says she lied about the encounter. Crystal Mangum first made the claims back in 2006, saying 3 members of the school's lacrosse team raped her after she had been hired to dance at a house party the team was throwing. Police charged David Evans, Colin Finnerty, and Reed Seligman after Mangum's accusations. But after much back and forth and the city's DA stepping down from the case, North Carolina's Attorney General later dismissed the charges, citing a lack of evidence. But now, going on the record on a podcast nearly 20 years later, Crystal Mangum says she was lying the whole time.
I testified falsely against them by saying that they raped me when they didn't, and that was wrong. And I betrayed the trust of a lot of other people who believed in me. And made up a story.
Let me address somebody real quick in my chat. Miss Katina, I don't know who told you wrong, but you don't run my channel. You know what I'm saying? Don't disrespect my channel, because there's plenty other channels you can go to. Katina Bridges. I never said you couldn't have your opinion. I said if you want the law to be the law, if you want to be a law-abiding citizen, let them do their job. See, people like you with a small mind, you're the reason why the system is corrupt. Now, I don't know what your race is, but if you're a black woman, shame on you. Because if they get away not holding up the law with Diddy, they're going to do it to your brother, your father, your son. So this is not just a Diddy thing. This is a right and wrong thing. This is a law thing. And this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. This don't have nothing to do with Diddy. And you don't have a right to say that man is guilty when you haven't even heard from him yet. That is not your right to tell Sean Puffy Combs he's guilty and he has not had his day in court. Y'all saying that because y'all seen him kicking Cassie. Domestic violence has nothing to do with the charges that he's being charged for. Did y'all not know that? And if he was just being charged for that, that's a misdemeanor. So please know the law before y'all get to running y'all mouth, especially on somebody else's platform, because nobody runs my platform, Unbreakable Strong Woman, but Nina. So all that smart talking, you can take that somewhere else, Miss Katina. Have a good day. Let's continue.
That wasn't true because I wanted validation from people and not from God. And that was wrong when God already loved me for who I was. Regardless, I didn't need to seek validation from him because I already had validation from him. I just didn't know it.
Did y'all hear what she just said? She was a stripper. And I guess they hired her to do an event. That's what it sounded like. And she knew these guys. And she told the law they raped her. And she just said, I lied because I wanted validation from people.
And I hurt my brothers. And I hope that they can forgive me. And I want them to know that I love them. And they didn't deserve that.
I want my brothers to forgive me. They didn't deserve that. She destroyed 3 young men's lives. And all she can say is, I hope they forgive me. They didn't deserve that.
and I hope they can forgive me. And that I hope that they can heal and trust God and know that God loves them, and that God is loving them through me, letting them know that they're valuable and that they didn't deserve that.
Why is everyone spiraling over?
Okay, I'm showing y'all these videos because of people like Miss Katina Bridges, and she wants to be the star of the show tonight. I'm showing these videos to let you know that when you quick and jump out there and prejudge and say somebody is a victim, somebody, I promise you, called that woman a victim. A lot of somebodies, because they was found guilty. You always say people victim shaming when a lot of people said she was lying. And guess what? She was lying. This is why the justice system is important, even though it fails a lot of us. It failed me. Miss Katina's still saying she don't believe in the justice system and she have a right to her opinion. You sure do, but justice must prevail. You're supposed to let people have their day in court. You cannot say Sean Puffy Combs guilty if you never met this man in your life. You don't even know who the victims are yet. Can I say that again? Y'all don't even know who the victims are yet. These riffraffs we've been seeing on the internet, these are not the federal witnesses, y'all. They are not federal witnesses. We have not heard from none of the Fed witness yet. This is Tony Busby, 1-800-BABY old man. And all the crazy mess and all these fake witnesses and victims. And that's why the feds don't have their case. Can we just wait till May to see what happened? I'm not saying Diddy is innocent. I'm saying I'm going to uphold the law because I want the law to give my family members justice. My kids, my brother, anybody that have to face them, I want the law to do what the law's supposed to do. Point blank simple.
YouTube banning ad blockers, like, chill guys, just use Pi. It's a free Chrome extension that's actually made by one of the founders of Honey, and it
Joining me now is CNN's Jean Casares, who reported heavily on this case. Jean, give us a sense of how impactful and controversial these accusations and the result were at that time. I remember, you remember this story all too well. I mean, this was literally a firestorm of a story back in 2006. The entire country was watching it, and to hear this admission all these years later, it's just extraordinary.
And 3 young lives were destroyed at that time. You know, it was 2006. It was Durham, North Carolina. I was there. I was covering this. And Crystal Mangum made the accusation that she was raped by David Evans, Cullen Finnerty, and Reed Segelman. And there were charges, very serious sexual assault charges that had terms of imprisonment for the rest of their lives. And in Durham, that's where it started, and everyone took Crystal Magnum's side because she came out with details, very specific, graphic details. And the young...
She had details. All lying details.
men said, we didn't do this, but Duke University did not stand by them either. They were just really silent. But everyone was focused that she was telling the truth, they weren't. Then it went to a national level, and their names became household names, and they were taken into court on these very serious charges, and they were in college. They were at Duke University. Furthermore, the lacrosse team, their entire season was canceled. The coach was fired. So there were ramifications from it. Now, 1 year later, the Attorney General exonerated them of innocence. But there's so much more to the story. I was in the courtroom, and Mike Nifong, the district attorney of Durham, was charged with criminal contempt and then also for disbarment of his bar license. And it came out what the truth was. One of the defense teams had a young attorney, just got out of law school, and he would stay up at night reading the thousands of pages of DNA evidence.
From her lie, The coach lost his career. Attorney was disbarred. 3 college students was expelled. She destroyed several lives off a lie. So when y'all say people victim shaming because a person said something happened to them, keep watching.
And he found something in one of those thousands of pages that confirmed that their DNA was not a part of DNA that they had collected from her. And that DNA evidence is actually one of the major factors that they were exonerated, and that came out during Mike Nifong's trial. He was convicted, by the way, the district attorney, who had stood by her and had done many interviews about how she was raped so viciously. And then they reclaimed their lives. But right there, I believe that's David Evans right there, he said that he, at the time, because he was in the courtroom during Mike Nifong's trial, he wanted to become an attorney because he wanted to help others who were wrongfully accused. And I don't know if that
Wrongfully accused. It happens, people. It happens.
happened, but that is what he wanted at that time. But they'll always be the 3 Duke lacrosse players, right?
Yeah.
If you say the name
that's right.
Colin Finnerty, especially if you live in Duke, in Durham, you're going to know who that is.
And Jean, that school's lacrosse program was just smeared. I mean, and
Yeah.
I'm sure and the school just suffered major reputational damage after that. Is there anything that
too.
could come as in part of the fallout of this? I mean, could there be some sort of lawsuit?
Miss Katina, how old are you? Because she's still saying, because I have a surprise at the end of this video. I already watched the video, so I know the ending. She's still saying maybe she didn't lie or come on, lady. And you're an African American woman. Unbelievable. I just can't believe that we have people in America that still think like that. I'm just shocked that we don't have people with critical thinking skills. It's just sad. I'm just dismayed that how many people can just hear a story and they just you watch the internet, watch YouTube. You hear a story and you see all these people run with a story. They don't know the victim, alleged victim, yet they don't know the predator. They don't know these people, and they the judge and the jury just that fast. Watch the end, and I'm gonna show you how karma works. Karma don't miss nobody.
I mean, I suppose there might not be much to sue for here. It doesn't sound like Crystal has a whole lot of assets on her.
Well, she's
on
in
her side of
prison.
things. Yeah,
She's in
right.
prison right now for murder. And
Did y'all hear that? Karma. She's in prison for murder, Katina. Listen.
so that's true. There were several lawsuits at the time, one against Duke, another against Durham, the city of Durham. But now that she has come out on the record saying it, let's see legally what is available, because it has been almost 20 years, and I'm sure her
Unreal.
resources are very, very sparse at this point. But we have tried to contact the 3 now men involved in this, their attorneys, and a local paper said that there are not comments at this point of their reaction to all of this.
Wow. All right, Jean, stand by. Really appreciate you being on with us this morning. And I do want to go to Caterina DePasquale. She is the podcaster who interviewed Crystal Mangum when this admission was offered up. Caterina, I understand you're on the phone with us. Tell us a little bit about this interview. And how did this come about?
Well, so I'm a New Yorker who lives in Durham, North Carolina. I started my show, Let's Talk with Cat.com, and I was looking for an interesting interview. In my circle, people have talked about Crystal, and there was so much mystery around it for me because it seemed like some people viewed her as a pariah and some people still viewed her as a victim. And so I just thought, I want to find out for myself who this person is, and I wanted to see the reasonings behind decision making, and just that's where I was heading.
Yeah, but Kat, I mean, tell me about this admission. I mean, she just blurted it out. Did you have to press her? How did that go down?
So my intentions had nothing to do with getting any confessions out of Crystal. I contacted her via our online platform, and I asked her if I could interview her. And the protocol of this prison was that she needs to mail me a letter and confirm if she's down for the interview. She did. She mailed me a letter, and in the letter, she said that she would like to give me an interview, but also she would like to apologize to Duke Lacrosse players.
And so she just says,
it was surprising.
Yeah, and she just says she made it up. It was a false accusation. Does she say why?
But I want the pub. Yes. Well, so yes, if you watch the full interview, there are like about 5 questions before she confesses, because I thought about it, and my platform is about finding out reasoning behind decision making, and so I attempted to look to see who Crystal was on a human level, and understand why she made the decision that she made. So,
if y'all noticed, she went through trial. She was sitting up in there like Mary Poppins. She's doing a press conference. She gave details. And people like Miss Katina would have said she was a victim. Katina, I know this don't have nothing to do with race to you. To me, it has everything to do with race. You know why I say that? Because there are 2 laws. One for us and just us, just for them. I was a victim to the law. So I'm a firm believer that we must make them stand on the law that they made. If we sit here as the people and play the judge and the jurors on the streets, we're no better than the system. So we must make them stand on their law. People are innocent till proven guilty. But right now, the system breaking the law. Diddy guilty before he proven innocent. Diddy is guilty to them. That's why he won't get a bond. If he's innocent before proven guilty, why he don't have a bond? And why all these other people getting bonds that has the same charges but a different complexion? You know why? Because people like you, Katina, he guilty and they listening. But Amber Carby and Fitch CEO, the 3 real estate agents from New York who just got picked up Friday, I believe, for the same charges Diddy in there for, you don't hear their people saying they're guilty yet. You don't hear them saying nothing. It's us. We love to tear down us, bottom line. And you the proven fact. You showing your colors right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's really extraordinary. Well, Katerina, thank you so much for sharing this with us. It is quite the scoop. Katerina de Pasquale and Jean Casares, thank you for your time as well. We really appreciate it. Just an extraordinary story.
Struggling to write good chord progressions? What if I told you that you can instantly create pro-level?
Okay, y'all. I had another video for you, but what do y'all think about that video? I don't know if they're going to show the end. Hold on, let me see something.
Chords and progressions without...
Nope, that's it. A part they didn't really talk much about, I'm going to tell you.
You are as guilty?
Hold on, that's a whole nother video. That's not a video I want to show. A part they did not speak much on. Miss Katina, guess where she is? And she's only doing, I think, 14 years. She is in prison for deletion of her boyfriend. She stabbed her boyfriend to death. So once she went to prison, her karma, you see how karma came back on her? She was sending those brothers to jail on a lie, and she ended up in prison for deletion of a person. So there she found God. They did an interview with her, and she decided, let me tell the truth because I'm trying to get out of prison. So that's when the truth came out, when she was charged with murder. You gonna tell me karma not real? But what I don't like is those young men were facing a lot of time. They could have got life in prison. She took a life and only getting like 14 years. Y'all see how the system messed up? But she was in there like Mary Poppins in there. Oh, Nina, you victim shaming. I am? Or did she just lie? See, let's watch the next video. This next video is opposite. That was a black woman sending 3 white men to prison, right? So I'm going to tell you, lies and crime don't have nothing to do with race. For everybody, black people always commit crimes, or white people always, this don't have nothing to do with race. Catino, what I was talking about is the law. We got to stand on that law and make them hold down to their truth so we can be treated fairly. That has to do with race. But crime does not have a color. This is the Central Park 5 I'm about to talk about. Not only am I going to talk about the Central Park 5, which was 5 black men and a white woman was almost beat to death and her body was taken from her in Central Park. Y'all president, check out what he did, Donald Trump, before he was the president.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, War, Peace, and the Presidency. I'm Amy Goodman. We end today's show with a New York City council member who just spoke in Chicago at the Democratic National Convention. He's Yusuf Salaam, one of the teenagers from Harlem more than 35 years ago, 4 African-American, 1 Latino, who in 1988 were wrongfully accused and convicted of raping and nearly killing a 28-year-old white investment banker who was out for a jog in Central Park. In the sensational trial that followed, the young men became known as the Central Park 5. Donald Trump spent $85,000 on full-page ads in 4 newspapers with the headline, "Bring back the death penalty, bring back our police."
Did y'all hear that? Y'all president took out what did they say, $80,000 an ad? Read it. Bring back the death penalty. Bring back our police. He wanted these 5 young men to be executed.
The ad read in part, quote, "Mayor Koch has stated that hate and rancor should be removed from our hearts. I do not think so. I want to hate these muggers and murderers," the ad said. During the trial, the teens maintained their innocence, but in 1990, they were convicted. Antron McCray, Kevin Richardson, Yusuf Salaam, and Raymond Santana served between 6 and 7 years in prison. Corey Wise, the only teenager tried as an adult, served more than 13 years. Their story was captured in the 4-part Netflix series written and directed by Ava DuVernay called When They See Us. Well, on Thursday, the night that Kamala Harris spoke, before that, 4 members of the exonerated Central Park 5 were introduced by Reverend Al Sharpton as they appeared on the stage at the DNC. Corey Wise, Kevin Richardson, Raymond Santana, and now New York City Council member Yusuf Salaam. 2 of them spoke, Yusuf Salaam, but first, Corey Wise.
We won't go back. Good evening, people.
Before I let y'all hear them, could y'all please push that like button? I see TK telling y'all to show those likes. And that's what's been going on my channel. Y'all been watching and not pushing likes. I don't know if it's just I don't know what it is because I know I give y'all some good content. Could y'all please take the time and push like? Thank you.
My name is Corey Wise. 35 years ago, my friends and I were in prison for a crime we did not commit. Our youth was stolen from us. Every day as we walked into courtroom, people screamed at us, threatened us because of Donald Trump.
Y'all hear that? I got to keep stopping it because of YouTube. These young men, there's only 4 of them on the stage because the other one is a congressman or something like that. They were kids. Donald Trump had the whole New York hating these young men. He wanted to have these men executed. So they talked about them, dogged them out, degraded them in the courtroom. Public opinion got them charged.
He spent $85,000 on a full-page ad in the New York Times calling for our execution.
Wow.
We were innocent kids, but we served a total of 41 years in prison.
What?
Reverend Al Sharpton stood with us. Now, I'm proud to stand with him today.
I didn't know they did 41 years. They did 41 years for a crime they didn't do. And Donald Trump upheld it and wanted them to be executed.
Vice President Kamala Harris has also worked to make things fairer. I know she will do the same as president. Now prove that message.
I love these guys. These are my brothers. These are my brothers. Yes, indeed. America. I am Yusef Salaam. A New York City councilman representing my hometown of Harlem. That's right. Representing my hometown of Harlem, USA. And listen, as my friend Corey Wise just said, 45 wanted us unalive. He wanted us dead.
Wow.
Today we are exonerated because the actual perpetrator confessed and DNA proved it.
45 wanted them unalive. You hear what he said? And if it wasn't for the perpetrator confessing, they would have died in prison off a lie. But y'all didn't even hear the worst part. After Donald Trump found out that someone confessed it, he still wanted them dead.
That guy says he still stands by the original guilty verdict.
Hear that?
He dismisses the scientific evidence rather than admit he was wrong. He has never changed, and he never will.
They're talking about Donald Trump.
That man thinks that hate is the animating force in America. It is not. We have the constitutional right to vote. In fact, it is a human right. So let us use it. I want you to walk with us. I want you to march with us. I want you to vote with us. And together, and let me tell you, this is going to be so beautiful. And together, on November 5th, we will usher in Kamala Harris and Tim Walz into the White House.
And you know the saddest part, because this is an old video, as y'all can see. Half of America African Americans voted for Donald Trump. And they kept saying all the bad things that Kamala Harris has done. Nobody spoke about the Central Park Five. Out of everything she did, I don't think that topped what he did to these guys. He made sure they got 41 years, took out an ad in the paper. He was begging for the United States to get capital punishment in New York because he wanted to execute these brothers. Didn't I tell you it's a lot of people on death row, and it's a lot of people that this country has deleted and they were innocent? Just this year, a guy was deleted. I think it was in Memphis. He was innocent. So for all the folks, Diddy did it. Jay-Z did it. Stuff can look like things has happened, and they can look like a villain, and they really not. Everything about Jay-Z and Diddy is all hearsay. And the Bible tells us, do not believe gossip without proof. Gossip without proof. And proof is not bloggers. Proof is not the victim said this, this, and this. You have to prove what happened to you. That's why when something happened, you go to the doctor, you call the police, you get a witness. This is why that's necessary. R. Kelly is doing all that time, 30 years off hearsay. Y'all can be mad if y'all want to. He doing all that time off hearsay. Now, one of them women proved R. Kelly did anything to them. Am I defending them? No, but that's against the law. That is against the law, and they got away with it.
So I want to do this. When I say when they, I want you to say see us. When they, see us. When they, see us. When they see us, America will finally say goodbye to that hateful man. We will say what I have said after 7 long years on wrongful incarceration. Free at last. Free at last. Free at last.
God Almighty.
Thank God Almighty. We are free at last. God bless you. And God.
Katina speaking again, y'all, against R. Kelly. You know what, Katina? Who hurt you? Because it pisses me off when I see black women male bash like that so bad they want to see a black man destroyed without any proof. It just makes you happy to see that a black man is getting destroyed. I can tell you one of those women. Somebody didn't want you. And 9 times out of 10 is because of your bad attitude. And you have a closed mind. I hope to God you don't have no son, because what you're doing, you sending bad energy out here in the world, and God gonna make sure it comes back to you like a boomerang. You're a criminal. You know why I call you a criminal, Katina? Because you don't want to uphold the law. That makes you a criminal. The only people that make the law stand on the law are the ones that makes a difference in this world. The ones that want to cut corners and want to speak their opinion and run the law and make people guilty, y'all criminals. Then y'all look at people like me who said, no. Then y'all say that was your law. Stand on that. Stand 10 toes down on your shit that you made. I want to make sure the law is upheld because that's what you said I have to do. I have to abide by your law. So do you. I'm calling all the congressmen out. So do you. If I have to stand on your law, you do too. If I can't speed, you can't speed either. If I have to follow the rules, you have to follow the rules too. And the rule says every citizen deserves a day in court. And they're innocent until proven guilty, if Katina like it or not. That's the law, Miss Hopkins. And that's what Nino Brown said.
God bless the United States of America.
Two of the members of the exonerated Central Park Five on stage at the Democratic National Convention. That was New York City Council member Yusuf Salaam, and before him, Corey Wise. Donald Trump wanted them dead. This comes as The Intercept's Liliana.
Katina says she don't believe in the law, she believe in God. You don't believe in God, Katina, because God said follow the laws of the land. Did you not know that? Should we talk scripture? God said follow the laws of the land, Katina, and you're not doing that. Y'all see how these fake Christian folks, they go to church and don't even know scripture. God also in his word says, don't believe gossip without proof. God also says, don't follow the crowd. So since you love God, hallelujah, Miss Sister Sarah, little cousin, you would know to follow the law.
Segura reports the Democratic Party's platform this year no longer includes ending capital punishment, the death penalty, a goal enshrined in the party's platform for years. For more, we are joined by Yusuf Salaam, representing Harlem. Yusuf, welcome back to Democracy Now! As you come off of the Democratic National Convention, your thoughts on what's happening today. It was very significant that the four of you were there. You have won a, $50 million settlement from New York City. You were exonerated. What was Donald Trump's response to your exoneration, given he'd taken out this full-page ad calling for your death?
My gosh, well, first of all, thank you for having me. It is always a pleasure to be in conversation with you. Donald Trump has always stood by his original idea that we had to be guilty of something. As a matter of fact, I remember him saying just those very words. They had to be guilty of something. The reality was that we were guilty of the color of our skin. They had judged us by how we looked and not the content of our character. Right now, our country is in a very pivotal moment where the whole world is feeling the vibrations. And I think that is really a beautiful thing, because we get the opportunity to really understand how democracy is on the ballot right now. That if Donald Trump wins, he's going to turn this into a dictatorship. He is going to turn us back to a state where we were considered chattel slavery. But if Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are in the White House, we get the opportunity.
Miss Katina, this is your last warning, disrupting my life, telling me what I'm not going to do on my channel. What you're not going to do is control the narrative of Unbreakable Strong Woman. You can control your man and do what you do at your house, but this is my house. And in my house, you follow my rules. And if you can't respect my channel, you will be deleted. TK, the next time she says something disrespectful, delete her off my channel. Thank you.
To plan in safety, we get the opportunity to build a future that is brighter, more successful, that is inclusive, that allows for, I believe, the United States of America to be the real reality, as opposed to where we are right now, divided and ununited.
The story of the Central Park Five is just astonishing, and I had a direct connection to it, aside from reporting on it. But Matthias Reis, the man who confessed and whose DNA matched after you all were in prison for so many years, the last woman he raped in my building. She ran out of the building screaming. The doorman jumped on him, and that's how he was caught. But this is the price of racism, because after you all were arrested, Matthias went on to beat and rape 5 women, murdering one of them, Lourdes Gonzalez, a pregnant mother of 3. And it was only him coming forward, right, to one of you that led to you all being exonerated. He admitted his crime. His MO was the same all through the north of Central Park, but they never for months said there is this, when you are all jailed at this point, there is this killer, there is this rapist on the loose with the same MO, what they did to Patricia Mailey, the stoning and rape of her.
That's right. You know, that's the collateral effect of getting it wrong. We want to be a country, I believe, that believes that the justice system works and works well. But the problem is that we became what I call the modern day Scottsboro boys. Donald Trump was allowed to take out those full-page ads in New York City's newspapers in 1989, 2 weeks after we were accused, and essentially calling for the death penalty to be reinstated in our case. They published our names, phone numbers, and addresses. They were so angry at us, believing that we were capable of something as such, that they wanted to exact justice by any means necessary. The collateral effect of that was that the real perpetrator was left to commit more crime. That's what happens often when they get it wrong. The real person is out there committing more crime. Our families, our supporters, our loved ones said, you have the wrong individual. And guess what happened? They said, no, we think we have the right one, allowing for the real criminal to continue to hurt, to maim, and also kill his victims. This was a travesty of justice. This is why we need change. This is why we need reform. We need to be able to make sure, in fact, that the justice system works. And we don't want people who are in prison to be in prison for crimes they didn't commit. We don't want people to be murdered for crimes they didn't commit. Like right now, we have the capital punishment throughout the nation that is still exact.
Joy, let me address what you just said. Joy said, I thought your platform allowed people to voice their opinion. No need to be hostile to anyone. Like I said, Joy, this is my platform. I run it like I want to run it. And if people don't like how I run it, they're more than welcome to leave. I show people the utmost respect. But what I'm not going to do is argue with nobody. I don't argue with people in my everyday life. You think I'm going to argue with a stranger? She kept going on and on and on. She kept telling me what I'm not going to do. She was getting slick out the mouth. You know what I'm saying? You can have your opinion, but I'm hoping, Miss Joy, and you have my favorite cousin name who passed at 17. I'm hoping that my channel help people become critical thinkers. I'm not one of them platforms where I'm talking about folks and causing confusion and instigating. I don't do that. I'm 55 years old. I'm an old woman. I don't have time for that. Why y'all think I'm called Unbreakable Strong Woman? Because I've been broken and been through the fire, been through the mud. I've been through everything. I'm not going to start again at 55 acting like I'm in 16 in high school. Say what you say and be quiet. You ain't got to keep on going, well, like I said, and I don't believe in the law. Okay, you don't go to a channel that don't believe in the law. This channel over here, even though the law did me wrong, I still got to stand on their law because that's the law of the land that I live under in the United States. Ain't nothing I can do about it. That's the law. But I have little brothers. And when I say little brothers, I'm talking about in the world. I have big brothers. I have fathers and cousins and sons that have to live in this country, and they brown folks. And I want to make sure they get home okay. And I want to make sure they get treated fairly in the court system. I do not want to be one of these black women killers of my own black men because I'm mad because a black man didn't want me. And that's what a lot of women are out here doing. Lock them all up because the penis left your house. Now you want to say every black man in America ain't shit. No, that's the black man you chose. Do I know what Diddy and Jay-Z has done? No, I don't. So if they do get found guilty, I don't need nobody get on here. You said they was. I'm not saying they're not guilty. I said let them brothers have their day in court. That's all I'm saying. What I think about it don't matter. What I think does not matter with their life. That's somebody's life. I don't want nobody to have opinion in my life and send me to prison. So why would I have an opinion in their life and send them, especially if it didn't have nothing to do with me. If it has something to do with me, yeah. But this shit don't have nothing to do with me or you. But y'all got so much to say about somebody else's life. That shit crazy to me, man. Only in America.
Souls and sending them to early graves, when the truth of the matter is that when we look at DNA evidence, many of these individuals are actually innocent. I'm thinking about Troy Davis. I'm thinking about countless others. We were out here fighting for them. Yes.
So, Yusuf, the Democratic National Committee has removed abolishing the death penalty from the platform. In 2016, the platform read, "Will abolish the death penalty, which is proven to be a cruel and unusual form of punishment. It has no place in the United States of America." Very quickly, your thoughts on that removal of the death penalty abolition?
I think that we may be able to push forward to get that reinstated. And I'm saying that it's a travesty to send people to prison for crime. I mean, to send people to jail for jail and also their death for crimes they didn't commit.
And
when I look at what happened to us, I can't help but think, Corey Wise says it all the time. He says it really the best. He says, had Matias Reyes not come forward, I would have been living a 15 to life jail sentence. He would have still been in prison. They would have never let him go. That's how much they wanted us. They wanted this thing to be that. Yes.
Finally, we just have 30 seconds. You're in the car now driving. I can't even believe we're talking to you as you sit in the passenger seat. But you're a New York City Council member. You were elected to the New York City Council. And Donald Trump has become a felon, was convicted of well over.
I want y'all to get that. Karma. Did y'all catch that? The hell he wanted to send this man to, he did 41 years, true enough, but he came out and became a congressman. The person that wanted them to get the death penalty became a felon. Y'all gonna tell me God don't real? He's not real and karma don't work. Yes, he's the president again, but watch how karma go do this time. See, I don't worry about the stuff that goes on in the world. Like everybody says, oh, Donald Trump. My God run this. Donald Trump has no power. I don't worry about no man on this earth because I know my God. He said, when I return. He didn't say when Donald Trump returned to office. He said, when I return. You know what I'm saying? He gonna end this, not Donald Trump. This his. Who house? God's house. All this is his. So y'all need to stop worrying, and I don't understand how so many Christian folks, even him, how you worried about a man walking around here that bleed like you? Are you crazy? Man, come on, man. I'm not worried about no damn Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, nobody.
For a dozen felonies. Your thoughts?
Here's a person who, if he was black, he would not be able to run for public office. If he looked like me, he wouldn't even be able to vote. But here he is in the highest office of the land, telling people that he is going to allow for immunity for the things that he has done. Really, this is the erasure of what we see as the American justice system. Those things that actually work. We need those things. We need those things to be and to stay a part of the system. We do not need.
Boom. Did y'all hear what he said? I've been saying it the whole time. We watching somebody run for president, that's the president now, that was a 34 convicted felon, but a man that looked like him wouldn't even been able to vote. So he's saying the law that we do have, we must uphold it and stand. He just said what I've been saying. The law that we do have, we must make them stand on it.
People to run over the justice system and create new ideas and imaginations of what is unfortunate and what is criminal.
We want to thank you so much for being with us. Again, President Trump convicted of 34 felonies. That does it for our show. Yusuf Salaam, now a New York City Council member. I'm Amy Goodman. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Nina Mayberry. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to talk for a minute, answer some of y'all comments. I did those videos. Let me go back to the top of the chat. I did those videos because I wanted people to see how easily it is to wrongfully convict a person. Every person that comes out and say, me too, such and such touched me too. I was at a Grammy Award when I was 13, climbed out the window, went 5 hours away, and I remember the driveway. That happened, and everybody like, he did it. Never, we didn't even see the young lady face with the situation with Jay-Z. We haven't even seen her face. Since you want to talk, how you cowering out and not showing your face? Excuse me, what do you have to hide? Since you talking, let us see your face. I wonder why they don't want to show her face, because one thing I know about, I ain't gonna say all my brothers, but some of my brothers, and yes, if you like it or not, Diddy and Jay-Z still your brothers, if y'all like it or not, under Christ. You can look at some people and say, nope, I don't believe that. Not that one. Like somebody come to me and tell me, your son talked to such, and I'm like, not my son. Nah, you lied now. Show me proof. Show me a text message. I need some pictures. I need something. Some underwear. Show me the proof. Now, are there victims? Yes, there are. For the ones that think I'm victim shaming, show me a victim that I shamed. Every single person that I said was lying in this case, they have come out to be liars. Every single one, from Andrea English to Lamisha to the one that was on there with attorney Gloria crying, and now this young lady that was 13, all kind of shit came out. We got podcasters trying to make it look like she's telling the truth. They trying to make it look. No, it wasn't 2000. It was 2003. It wasn't that our driveway. It was this driveway. Did he own this house in 2000? I mean, come on, man. She lied. And you know what? I ain't even going to say she lied, because I really believe she autistic. I believe she is. I believe she was groomed to tell that story. Y'all hear me? I believe somebody, I ain't gonna say it was Tony, baby oil man, but somebody groomed that child, which is 38 years old now, to tell that story. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. And I think she got the story twisted. They didn't groom her good enough. Then I believe they got an autistic girl just in case this happened, so they can say, well, you know, she got a disability. When you got that kind of disability, you don't remember stuff. How can you not remember that stuff, but you remember this stuff? And I have several people that contacted me saying they have autism in their family and they don't operate like that. Neither do my friend's son. They don't have that. I'm trying to be careful with my words, where they can make a plan, climb out of window, ask somebody for a ride, go to an event. I mean, they just don't have that. So either she is or she's not, but it's not adding up. Do you know what I'm saying? And like somebody said yesterday, if your autism child been missing for 10 hours, because it had to be at least 10 hours, you haven't checked on a 13-year-old. Then when they call you and they're in a whole nother state or city, you didn't call the police and say, my daughter is way in such and I got to go get her, and she has a disability and I need an officer, somebody go get her, make sure she's okay before I get there. No. You didn't say none of that. Oh, my eye is itching bad. You didn't say none of that. So, not only that, the father said he only remember. I don't remember that. So all the stuff that people digging up, it still don't add up with the father not remembering. So what part is that? Oh, I know what y'all said. Jay-Z paid the daddy. Yeah. To turn on his own daughter. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. I see a few comments. Excuse me. I have a bad cough still. My throat still hurt. What that say? You good company. We are criminals too. Foolish. Let me put on my glasses. See what y'all say. They told him, welcome. You in good company. We are criminals too. Foolish. Nisa, who you talking about? Looking good, Miss Nina. I love your background and you're so special. Thank you so much, Margie. Paris and the record label rap should also go to jail. R. Kelly couldn't have done what he did. You absolutely correct. I said this before. Who said that about R. Kelly? Hold on. TK. I said this before. I don't know, my glasses dirty as heck. I said this, TK. The last set of girls that did the Surviving R. Kelly, I think all those girls are in their 30s, right? It was way back in 2000, wasn't it? Or the 90s when that happened with, excuse me from coughing, y'all, with Aaliyah. Right? Then I know it was 2000 with the PP tape. All of America knew about Aaliyah and the PP tape. How did R. Kelly end up with 30 more alleged victims? How? If you knew about Aaliyah and you knew about the PP tape, how did 30 more new girls come along to be victimized by R. Kelly? And most of them, parents introduced them to R. Kelly. They didn't know about Aaliyah and the PP tape. Yeah, they sold their kids to R. Kelly for fame. And a lot of them, y'all don't want to believe this. Go and sleep with them, baby. It's only for a night, and that's R. Kelly. R. Kelly fine anyway. You already sexual active. Go ahead and do it. For a contract. Trust me. Like I said with my throat hurting. Like I said with Usher. Usher said he had to tell his mother and Diddy he wanted to make music. I'm not here to party. They would send Usher at clubs with grown folks drinking, and he was 12 or 13 years old. So he calls his mother and said, I want to make music. This man keep taking me to clubs and, oh, okay, we had fun. I just slept with grown women. Now I want to make music. You don't think his mama said, oh, Usher, don't be a crybaby. Mr. Diddy know what he's doing. He's going to make you a star. Just be quiet. She knew what the hell was going on. And man, come on, man. That shit crazy. Joy said, okay, y'all, stop. I guess Joy didn't like the fact that I kicked Tina out the group. Katina is David Ruffin. She got kicked out the group. TK, you could have put her in timeout. She can come back. But I just don't like closed-minded people. You know, you a product of your environment, Joy. This is what you got to learn, Miss Joy. You a product of your environment, baby girl. If you got a bunch of negative people in the room, they gonna bring a black cloud to the room and then everybody else will start being negative. You gotta be careful of the energy that you have around you. You see what I'm saying? So yes, if I gotta get rid of you to keep positive energy, that's what I'm gonna do. Why you think I don't have friends right now, Miss Joy? Because I kicked out the negative friends out my life. You think I care about kicking out a Katina? When a man is negative and not good for me, bye. See, that's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all keep holding on to junk. You don't have to deal with people junk because you feel like I gotta give them their respect. And no, I ain't gotta deal with your ass. That's just the bottom line. Let's be clear. I don't have to do nothing but be black and die and pay my taxes. I don't have to deal with people. And I don't know how old you are, Joy, but as you get older, you learn that you don't have to do nothing. So if people don't like the way you move, they need to find another movement. They don't have to deal with Nina either. I don't expect nobody to deal with me. Katina, if I was Katina, I would have been left her platform. She was talking slick to me. I'm like, I'm out of here. You stupid. Bye. I would have been gone. I wouldn't have been arguing with the person who platform it is. Because y'all got to remember, I got the mic. And I ain't trying to be funny, but I got the mic. So if you argue with me doing this and I got the mic, everybody looking at what you're saying, you making a buffoonery out yourself. That's why I don't argue with people on their platform, because they got the mic. I look like a fool. Man, come on, man. That's stupid. I speak my piece and I will respectfully tell somebody why I don't agree with them. I'm not going to get on somebody's platform and say, what you not going to do. No, what you not going to do. Those fighting words to me. What you not going to do. Instead of saying, well, Miss Nina or Nina, I don't agree with you because this, and this. And I'm like, okay, but I hope one day you come around and realize what I'm saying. And I'm not saying nothing bad besides follow the rules of the land. The law. Y'all act like I'm telling y'all to break the law. I'm telling you to follow the damn law. That's crazy. That's just ridiculous. It's unheard of. I can't believe grown folks even have that mindset. Yes, Miss Deborah, she started to feel stupid. And it's like, girl, just be quiet. You done said everything you had to say. I mean, then she wanted to just keep going on and on and on. It's like, girl, be quiet, Katina. Go. I should have just told her to go to timeout. You know, she's still my sister. Diamond said she don't get no next time. Margie said, bye, Katina. You see how she was interrupting the live? Y'all don't understand. Why y'all think in school when one kid sitting there doing stuff and the kid's trying to watch the teacher and they in the back, the teacher sent them to the office because they disrupting the class. People can't focus and listen to what's going on if somebody constantly saying something negative. Joy, that's all I'm saying, baby girl. I hope you understand my point of view. Could y'all get my likes up before I get off of here? Hi, Sandra. Sylvia, how you doing? Yeah, it's drama. It's drama. Robert said it's our system not going to work. And the people that work in the system, they are not smart enough to catch the game. Right. Absolutely. I'm not saying, let me be clear, y'all. I am the last person to say this system works, because it don't. The system is not for, it's not. However, I'm that person to say this. Since you said I gotta abide by your rules, the rules of this land, your law, when it comes to my people rights, I expect you to stand on that. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Says I gotta go by your rules. I expect you to do the same thing when one of my brothers gotta come before you, one of my sisters. Stand on your law. You said that they innocent till they proven guilty, correct? So why people in there with no bond? Y'all ain't paying attention. They contradicting themselves. Actually, you guilty till proven innocent, but it's a word game. Y'all don't get it? People really are guilty until they're proven innocent. Because you charge somebody and you lock them up. So I'm going to charge you and I'm going to lock you up. But you innocent till you're proven guilty. No, the hell I'm not, because I wouldn't be in jail. You see what I'm saying? So what if you go to jail like those young guys did? You go to jail, then you prove your innocence. But you done lost 41 years. And all they can say is, oops, my bad. We cool. Here go a few $1 million. A few $1 million cannot replace 41 years. $1 billion can't replace 41 years. Time cannot be replaced. So this system is corrupt. It's corrupt. And it's sad because we have the people who make it corrupt. They guilty. Hang them. Did it. We got people that make it corrupt. So if the people out here speaking their voices, why should the judges and the detectives and the police, why should they stand on the law when they got the people already throwing people away? Didn't you just hear that young man say this? That Donald Trump made it so bad in New York that people hated their guts. People wanted those boys to die off of word of mouth from the people. Public opinion sent them to jail for 41 years. Public opinion. Donald Trump writing that ad in the paper. They following his lead, following the crowd. The Lord said don't follow the crowd. They all follow his crowd, his lead, and those boys got 41 years. They stopped looking, even when they said we have the suspect. Donald Trump said, I still want a conviction. I still want them to die. He still, to this day, it is 2024, Donald Trump still has not apologized to those men. And then it came out. New York has paid them a lot of money. They multi-millionaires now. And Donald Trump still has not apologized. And they have the real victimizer. He know they didn't do it. And he still won't be a man to say, I messed up. I'm sorry. As far as he's concerned, he still want them to die. And they didn't even do it. But before I go, you never can get your time back, Judy. You must pray and believe. Thank you, Sandra. You must pray and believe. That's all we got. That's all we have. But before I go, I want to say this. If I can encourage anybody, because I'm far from perfect. I've been through hell and back, y'all. Life is about choices, decisions. If you're not where you want to be in your life, where you are in this very moment watching me, came from a choice that you made and a decision that you made and a way you turned and moved. So, what do you do when you go down a dead end? If you're driving your car and you go down a dead end, do you just sit there and look at the house in front of you? No, you turn around. You go back out the way you came, and you look left and you look right and decide which way you need to go to get back on the right road. So make sure you choose right, the right way to go. Figure it out so you don't end up back in that dead end. If you don't go right or left and you turn around and go back, that's called going backwards. You're going to hit that dead end again. And a lot of you do that. You keep turning around and going down that dead end road. You know, the definition of a fool and an insanity is a person that does the same thing and expect a different result. They think something's going to change. That's why a lot of women keep going back to the same man and they complain that men ain't no good. Because it don't have to be the same man physically. He could be having the same man, what I mean by the same man, the same kind of man with a different last name. You keep choosing the same kind of man. So until you change, I want a thug to marry me, you never gonna have a good husband. Because I don't know too many thugs that's providers and want to sit their butt down and love you and have kids and work. And I don't know too many thugs like that. So that's why y'all think a lot of black men not no good, because you keep picking the same kind of black man. Step out your comfort zone. Try something different. I'm not saying a different race. I'm just saying try something different. Stop looking at somebody's look, somebody's butt, somebody's breast. Oh, she cute. And then you keep getting the same results. It's time to change some stuff around. Life is not how you start, it's how you finish. That young man is a congressman now. The world wrote him off 40-some years ago to prison. They never thought he was going to be nothing. But when God say, I made you to be a congressman, that's what he meant. When God said, Malcolm X Little, I'm going to send you to prison for 10 years because you a pimp and a drug dealer. This white woman going to send you to prison for 10 years. And I know you're going to be so hurt because you trusted her. But I'm sending you there so you can come out Malcolm X. You see, God don't make mistakes. If people would have judged Malcolm Little, Red Little, back then, they would have wrote him off to be nothing. But he went in there, he learned something. And he came out and became Malcolm X, one of the greatest leaders of all times. What the world had for his bad, God had for his good. So remember, where you are right now don't mean that's where you go stay, unless you want to. Life is about choices. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. This is your girl, Nina, from Unbreakable Strong Woman. And I'm going to end this chat in a few minutes as soon as my son David come out here, because I don't know what I'm doing. Let me see where David is at. Y'all see how David be sleeping on the job? He's fired. David! I am firing David. Where's Miss Lorraine? She be on David's case. Here he comes. Come say hi, David. Put your hat on. Just wave then.
What up, dog?
David said, talk to y'all later. David said goodbye. Have a good day. Thank you, guys.